completely exposed. Not a snowball's chance he's gonna win. All these fucking retards out there that are easily naive and gullible and fooled into voting for a good-looking mayor from Indiana. A fag, nonetheless. A little fucking weasel out there. A little fag weasel bought and paid for by billionaires, lying about it being very difficult for Bernie to beat Trump. And that little weasel is going to get pucked aside by the 5'8" Elizabeth Warren. Buttigieg is a complete fraud. You see him pictured in his little feast, in his little billionaire fundraiser dinner with all of his other billionaire donor pals. This guy is a complete fraud. Either this election is completely rigged and the results are completely rigged, or there are a lot of naive, gullible fools out there that vote for this billionaire fraud. It's because that's who he is. He is a complete fraud. Pete Buttigieg, the man of the billionaire class, the man who loves Donald Trump. Yeah, he loves Donald Trump already. Because you know why? 2 of his big money donors have connections to Trump. Jennifer Pritzker, transgender Army Lieutenant Colonel. You know, Buttigieg is bought and paid for by the billionaire military-industrial complex. Daryl Roth, wife of Trump business partner Steve Roth. Billionaire Buttigieg from snake hedge fund guys like Bill Ackman, Philip Lafont, Seth Klarman. He received support from the tech industry. The billionaires, 40 billionaires gave money to beat Buttigieg. After all, 2020 is a 40-year. Pete Buttigieg, most of his investments from hedge funds in the finance industry. This guy is as big of a snake as there is out there. This guy is a complete fraud. This article was from December. Once again, this February article reinforces the fact that Buttigieg is bought and paid for by the billionaires, 40 billionaires and their spouses. A complete fraud. And only one man has more billionaire donors than Buttigieg. You know what Joe Biden voted for as a senator? He sparred with Elizabeth Warren before she went to Washington after the financial crash and built the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Joe Biden voted for Iraq. He voted for Wall Street. I wonder if he supported the Dodd-Frank rollbacks. You know, Joe Biden is a big fraud, too. Pete Buttigieg talking shit about Donald, but he's a big snake. He's a big fraud like the rest of the billionaires out there. Funded by the Russian-linked GOP billionaire who supports Donald Trump. So this guy's talking about Trump committing high crimes against the United States, collusion with the Russians, obstruction of justice, and this guy is taking money from the same people that are helping Donald Trump get elected. Inside collusion from the deep state. The deep state, the Russians, the DNC, they were all collaborating together for that past elections. He is connected to the oligarchy. Buttigieg, his Russian donor, is supported by the Russian regime, by the Putin regime. This billionaire, Blavadnik, made significant donations to the same RNC legal fund that is defending Donald Trump. And this went to the team that was defending Donald Trump from this rigged garbage trial and his rigged, scripted acquittal from his high crimes of obstruction of justice and abuse of power against the citizens of the United States and all of our representatives. This guy is a big fraud. Buttigieg was taking money from the same people that are up influencing the U.S. government. This is what the billionaires want. The billionaires are all about corruption. So how did we get there? Well, Buttigieg is a gay man. He's the first openly gay candidate out there. I don't think it's a coincidence, as his last name literally begins with "but." And this guy is gonna be fresh meat once his billionaire connections are completely exposed, and all these stupid, dumb, retarded, dumb fuck voters out there are gonna get their head out of their ass, and they're gonna say no to anybody bought and paid for by billionaires. Say no to billionaires! Say no to billionaires! Fuck them all! They all gonna lose. Fuck them all! They're all participating in this dirty corruption of the country. They're all contributing to the mass income inequality and social immobility in America. But that's only part of the script. The script is building suspense. The 46th president is gonna be a girl. Girl has gematria of 46. We're talking about Elizabeth Warren. Yeah, it's Buttigieg that's 46. For sure, this means that we're going to see a Democratic president as the next president of the United States. EW's initials, girls 28. Next Democratic president, 2008 is a 28 year. Now, Buttigieg in 100, this connects to women's suffrage. So women's suffrage was passed in 1920, and the 2020 election is 100 years later. This is where we're getting the significance of the gematria reference of Buttigieg, is because Warren's going to completely expose Buttigieg later on. Pete Buttigieg lost as gematria of 77, so does Elizabeth Warren. So does Book of Revelation having gematria of 77. That should be the book of Revelation. It's because it's all a big scripted code. And what we have here with Revelation is Elizabeth, born in the year 49, being the first female president of the United States. The billionaire-backed Buttigieg is completely exposed. Now, mind you, women's suffrage was the 19th Amendment to the United States Constitution. Pete Buttigieg is born on the 19th day. This is how you know it's scripted. For the women's suffrage tribute, the 19th Amendment, the first female president is going to win 100 years after the passage of women's suffrage. Pete Buttigieg being born on the 19th day has everything to do with the script of this election of the woman defeating Pete Buttigieg. Now, 1982, this is what you're seeing with Pete Buttigieg. 2020 election, January 19 is 20. This is what you're seeing with Pete Buttigieg. Now, the question you're asking is, hey, T, what life path is he? 9182. 20, that's 2. 9-1 is 10. 10 is 1. So Pete Buttigieg is a 4 life path. 2020 is a 4 year. This is why you're seeing this guy emerge in the race. Now, this guy's a pure 4 life path. He's working really hard. He's a hard worker life path. No doubt he's trying to get all the help from the billionaires that he can. But Pete Buttigieg's going to lose. He's going to lose the election. 32nd mayor of South Bend. 31 prior mayors. Pete Buttigieg was born on a birthday numerology of, once I compute this, is a birthday numerology of 31. Now notice with 31 is that June the 14th of 1946 is 31. Donald was born in the year 46. In other words, we're going to see the 46th president of the United States replace Donald Trump in the 4 year. But it's not going to be the 4 life path. It's going to be the 33-6. It's because Elizabeth is a 33-6 life path. 1949 is 23. 23 is 5. Now, 33-6. 33 doesn't reduce. But Donald Warren being a 6 life path has everything to do with Trump's 6 bankruptcies. That is going to tie into the script of the election. Now, it must be a particular title that he has had bankruptcy a certain X amount of times. So it's chapter 11 and it's something else. 6 corporate bankruptcies. And I've already talked about this before. Pete Buttigieg is exposed. He ain't winning the nomination. This guy's going to lose. Pete Buttigieg is a fraud. This guy is a fraud, a complete fraud of the billionaire class is Pete Buttigieg.